Friday the 30th. Boy, we are almost out of here. Tomorrow, I guess, is the 1st. That's my day of one-on-ones with Clubhouse members. So I'll be Skyping and FaceTiming with them. And I really love it. It's really fun just to be able to actually sit for a little while and talk to somebody face to face and get to know them as individuals. I mean, I recognize everybody on the Clubhouse when we're doing the streams and everything, but to actually see somebody and talk to them is pretty cool. Just came home from the post office, dropped off some more books. Getting really excited about a week from tomorrow will be the book signing here at LA Vintage Gear. And I think I'm going to bring a box of t-shirts with me in a bunch of different sizes. I'm going to bring a whole bunch of photos. So it'll be more than, if anybody wants other things, we'll have, photographs to be signed and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be fun. I was so disappointed the last time when we had to cancel it because of COVID. And we're going to be careful this time, but it feels, this feels reasonable, where before it was absolutely unacceptable to do it. I would not want to put anybody in harm's way doing anything like that. Sat down last night and played a bunch just to keep my hands moving. And it felt pretty good, so I was good about that. I've got some sessions coming up actually, and then we're going to get back in this rehearsal for a few days before we go in the studio and finish tightening up the songs that we've come up with in these past couple of weeks. With the immediate family, so we're excited about that, and the EP's doing well. We're just getting started editing the new video for the song 345, and so there's lots of stuff going on. But I started reflecting on. I mean, every day is sort of a reflection on my career, and it's really. It's been interesting. It's been an adventure. And I was thinking back, I think it was probably in the late 70s. We used to do music sessions, the music that they would play in elevators and supermarkets and hotels and stuff, background music. Those dates were so intense because we would we'd be in there for a day and maybe do 80 songs, perhaps 80, maybe a little bit more. You would just have this huge book of songs, and all the charts were written out, and you'd have a full band or orchestra there, and they would just go plow through them one after another. You would just keep on going. The caliber of musicians was good enough where there weren't mistakes going on, or if they were so minuscule, they were not concerned about it. But generally, everything went down really good. I mean, it might be like one run through, make sure everything's right, then play it, then next song, then next song. And it was a trip. And I've done a lot of things like that over the years, where you're doing sound-alikes, karaoke tapes, just all kinds of things. And then it got me thinking about, and I mentioned it yesterday when I was doing the Jude Cole track. Got a couple really nice messages from Jude too. I was really glad. He sounds good and working on his music and stuff. So I'm grateful of that, because man, he deserves to be heard. But I was mentioning Tim Pierce because Rick Beato and Tim and I went out the night before, and I had a really nice evening just talking and hanging. It's finally to the point where we actually can do that within reason, and I'm grateful for that, because it's something I've missed tremendously during this period. But I mentioned that there was something else I had done with Tim and Simon Phillips. Now, I don't have tons of details on this. We had a keyboard player who came in for a couple of things, and I'll be damned if I can remember his name, and I apologize for that. But there was a show that played in Las Vegas called Raiding the Rock Vault, and it was songs from the vault. And I just pulled up volume 1. So what this was all about is I got contacted by John Payne from Asia, who's the bass player in Asia, but he was involved in putting this whole thing together. And we did it at Simon Phillips' studio. And what we did is we were in for 5 days and we cut 33 songs, classic rock songs, but we really dug into them to get tone, get the parts down as a rhythm section. And this was what was used in the show. And it was really great because the diversity of material was pretty interesting, and wrapping your head around it, listening to each song, a couple of times, sketching out the parts, trying to get them as close as you could to the original tracks on these, because it's a different licensing thing. If they were taking the original tracks to things, it would have cost a fortune, but getting a bunch of knuckleheads to come in and do it, suddenly it made it reasonable. So the core for all of the songs that were on it from the beginning recording was Simon Phillips on drums, Tim Pierce doing the guitars, and me doing bass. So I thought I'd play you some of these tracks. It's really, really interesting to listen to them and then think about the originals. And I never saw the show in Vegas, but it had a really successful run. And then it shut down because of COVID, where everything in Las Vegas shut down. I would imagine it'll probably, resurrect like a phoenix once things really are opened up there. But I don't know. I just never know with this stuff. So I'm going to play some of these tracks. It's just really fun just to hear. You get so used to creating your parts and doing all these records and stuff, but then suddenly to get called in and go, look, we got all these cover songs that we got to do. So let's go for it. So here was one of the first things we cut is Stairway to Heaven. Here we go. Except there's a commercial starting it.
We've been at this for a year.
Oh,
Juggling.
Stop it. I think John Payne is doing the vocal on this one. Our focus was to do the track.
She knows if the stores are all closed, with the word she can't get what she came for. Ooh, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by a brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven. It makes me wonder mindfully think. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand looking. Yes, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Love when Simon comes in.
And it's whispered that soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason. And a new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forest will echo with laughter. Don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean from a May Queen. Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And it makes me wonder.
Now, I'm not going to play all the way through these. Just wanted to kind of show you. I mean, we came in, there were no charts for anything, so we would listen to the song. We're sketching madly, trying to come up, with the hooks and lines and everything on this stuff, because we had so many to do. I mean, I said 33 in 5 days. So I'm just going to move along through a few of these just to show them to you. It was really fun.
Installation process ensures your gutters
The
are
show
in
didn't
tip-top
have
shape and prepped
commercials.
to protect your home. Step 1.
I think this is Paul Shortino singing on this one. One more.
People try to put us down just because we get around. The things they do look awful cold. I hope I die before I get old. This is my generation.
This is Andrew Freeman singing.
Why don't you all fade away? Don't try to do what we all say. I'm not trying to cause a big sensation. I'm just talking about my generation. This is my generation. This is my generation, baby. Why don't you all fade away?
Another one. Commercial on every one. Unbelievable.
Alexa, play Ooh La La.
Robin McCauley singing.
Rock it up. It never gets me down. You got it tough. Well, I see the toughest around. And I know, baby, just how you feel. You got to roll with the budget against the world's real. Why can't you see me standing here? I got my back against a record machine. I ain't the worst that you see. Why can't you see what I mean? I might as well jump. Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump. Hello, hey you, who said that? Baby, how you feel? You say you don't know, you won't know until you begin. So can't you see me standing here? I got my back against a record machine. Why ain't the worst that you see? Why can't you see what I mean? Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump.
Yeah.
Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump.
Tim Pierce. There's another one. Commercial.
Let's raise a
Everyone
glass
has
to
a
sunny
commercial.
days, to
Unreal.
moving the dining room outside,
Unreal.
and to still make
Alex Lighterwood singing.
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Let's dance to the song they're playing on the radio. Let's sway while the color lights up your face. Let's sway. Sway through the crowd to an empty space. If you say run, I'll run with you. If you
Another.
say hi,
Go Simon. what the fun was. I mean, we would sit and listen to these and just figure them all out and learn all of them. And just cranking through them was just a trip. Now, when we did the tracks, for the most part, one of the guys who sings on here, Andrew Freeman, he did a bunch of the guide vocals when we were cutting the tracks. All the vocals were all added pretty much after we finished the basic tracks. But it was such a variety of stuff, because we were doing Kiss, we were doing Bowie, we were doing just everything from that they would have considered from the vault on this, and it was really fun. Here's another one. After the commercial, just unbelievable.
We've been at this for a year.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my shares and kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. Losing, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Here's another. Tim Pierce.
We all came out from Montreal on the Lake Geneva shoreline to make records with a mobile. We didn't have much time. Frank Zappa and the Mothers were at the best place around, but some stupid with a flare gun put the place to the ground. Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky. Smoke on the water.
It's just all these iconic songs. It was really fun. I'll give you one more here. This was really, really fun one to do. There we go. Now on that track, what that was Andrew Freeman singing, and that was from when we just cut the song. Tim hadn't put the solo on it yet, so it was just still rhythm. And that was Andrew just walked in cold, and that was his first run at the vocal on it. Man, we went, oh man, check this cat out. And then it got finished for the actual show with solos and everything like that. But I just wanted to throw this stuff out there just to show you there's different things that as a studio player you get called to do on occasions that, are unexpected. And this made for such a fun week. I wish I could get my hands on all of the tracks that we did that week because there was some unbelievably cool stuff. And the fidelity on this stuff isn't what it ended up being. But, I always enjoy when you get put in these kind of situations and you have to dig in a little bit deeper and you're listening to the bass tone. For myself, I'm listening to the bass tone of the original track and figuring out which instrument I can use to, allude to that as best as possible. But it would have been fun to have gone to Las Vegas and seen the show and just, seeing how it all went together, how it fit. But that's the thing. Like I'm saying, as a studio player, you kind of never know. When we were doing all of the Filmation cartoon shows, which I've talked about before, Jabberjaws and Groovy Ghoulies and the Archies and all those shows, we had kind of a specific band that did that. We worked at a studio called Larrabee Studios here in town. And so many times Mike Baird was the drummer on it. David Foster played keyboards on the stuff. I forget who was playing guitar. But we had kind of a set group. This was a long time ago. And I remember we're in there one time and we're assuming, we all look at each other, we're at that studio, and we assumed we were going to be doing some more cartoons. And Ted Knight walks in from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And he decided he did an album called Hi Guys as Ted Baxter, his character from the show. And we ended up cutting, I think, Pinball Wizard and Blueberry Hill and all these things, but he was being Ted Baxter. So you never quite know. And another time I was there and we thought we were going to be doing some cartoon shows, and it was Jim Neighbors, Gomer Pyle in there, who had a beautiful voice. And was just the most delightful man. We had such a great time in the studio with him. But you kind of, when you take on the role of a studio musician, you kind of never know what's coming around the corner. And so just wanted to give you just a feel for some of the other things that we get called to do. I'm going to see if there was anything else. I think we are down here at the. I've taken up enough of your time on here, so I think I'll just let that go. There's some fun stuff, but I want to wish everybody a great day. This was a little diversion from normal, but I just thought I'd put it out there and give you a taste of something else. Just want to wish everybody a great day. Tomorrow I'll be back here, and then tomorrow will be probably fairly abbreviated because I've got the one-on-ones, and that starts kind of at the crack of dawn, and that goes straight through.
Get your vaccinations. Tell them that. Get your vax.
Which, just took me completely away. Oh yeah, with the one-on-ones, it's a full day from the crack of dawn until 6 p.m. So if I get a break in there, I will slip something in. I always put something in. So look, just take good care. Take a minute today. Thank everybody in your heart for doing all they do every day for us. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay, take care. Bye-bye.